So a key OTA storyline here for the Niners is the future of Jauan Jennings. And prior to OTAs getting underway, how about this? For once, the Niners finally getting contract extensions done early. George Kittle right after the draft, Brock Purdy 2 Fridays ago, and then Fred Warner a few days later. So is a Jauan Jennings contract extension next? Media availability for Niners OTAs on Thursday. Maybe Jennings will be asked about that. If not, maybe he'll be asked about this in the lead up to the season, in training camp, or in the preseason. But for good reason. He signed a 2-year, $15.4 million extension going into 2024. So last year, and with what the wide receiver market is right now, he has outplayed that deal, especially with what he did in 2024 when he had a career season. 77 catches, 975 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Jennings is entering his age 28 season. He's entering the final year of his contract, set to be a free agent after the 2025 campaign. And what a great developmental story he's been as a 7th-round pick in 2020 out of Tennessee, where he started his college career as a quarterback, like Chaz Surratt, really good basketball player too in high school, made the switch to wide receiver, flourished there. Joshua Dobbs was throwing him the pill in Knoxville, good old Rocky Top. And then he didn't make the Niners 53 as a rookie. He was on the practice squad. But then, since then, year by year, starting in 2021, Jennings has progressed. He's gotten better. He's improved drastically to the point where last year he was wide receiver 1, production-wise, for San Francisco. Here's what Matt Mayoko had to say on NBC Sports Bay Area about the future of Jennings. And obviously, we were talking about Jennings last week and the week before. The list of projected Niners free agents after this year, considerably shorter. And that certainly is a good thing for an organization that took some lumps at the outset of this year's free agent signing period. The 49ers were not active in the market this spring, and a dozen or so of their starters and key contributors found employment elsewhere. Wide receiver Jauan Jennings, right tackle Colton McKivitz, are the Niners' top players with contracts set to expire following the upcoming season. Jennings was the 49ers' top wide receiver last year, and he could be in line for a big payday. One prominent NFL agent who represents wide receivers told NBC Sports Bay Area that Jennings' next contract could pay him anywhere from $11 million per year to $15 million per year. And that agent said, think Jakobi Meyers as far as that contract. Remember that, because we'll take a look at what Jakobi Meyers' contract is. And right now, at under $8 million per year, just north of $7 million per year, an average annual value for Jauan Jennings in an exploding wide receiver market with how he played last year, how much the Niners value him on the field as a receiver, pass game, run game, and in the locker room. Jennings is underpaid. And it was a good move by the Niners to sign him to that deal because with how he performed, they got him at a bargain for 2024 and 2025. So the Jakobi Meyers market is more so like Jauan Jennings' current market, with him having outplayed that prior contract extension. And here's the deal that Jakobi Meyers signed with the Las Vegas Raiders after he left the New England Patriots. He inked a 3-year, $33 million contract, average annual value of $11 million per season, and he got $21 million in total guaranteed money. Easy math right there, even for a guy who failed elementary algebra in college. I'm talking about myself. And so if Jennings goes out there and he has another season like he had in 2024, it's probably going to be closer to $15 million. If he goes out there and has 800, 900 yards, somewhere in that neighborhood of 11 to 15, I think it's safe to say Jennings can cash in with that type of deal. And where Jennings excels, he has a track record of being incredibly clutch for San Francisco. That's on money downs, 3rd down, 4th down, and in the biggest of games. When the Niners have needed a big play through the air, it's usually Jauan Jennings on the receiving end. Some guys have that pulse, and they have that cool, calm, and collected mentality where they are just flatliners, where they play their best in the biggest of games and they come through in the biggest of moments. That is Jauan Jennings to a T. And he might lack speed. He's not going to beat you vertically and wow you as far as his miles per hour that he's able to pick up with the velocity in which he runs with. But he's physical. He is tough at the catch point. He's a pretty savvy route runner. He's a great run blocker. And he's the most respected person right now in that Niners receiving room and in the locker room with the way that he carries himself, the way that he plays the game, the example that he sets for his teammates. And the development that we've seen taking place, it's been very impressive. In 2021, only had 38 targets, 24 catches, 282 yards, but 5 touchdowns. And really down the stretch, he was a part of that turnaround with Deebo Samuel leading the way during that All-Pro season, catching the ball from Jimmy Garoppolo. He helped the Niners turn it around after that 3-5 start. And in 2022, had some lofty expectations. The numbers certainly went up, but with all of the good weapons on the team that year, his numbers didn't blow you away. In 2023, Deebo Samuel was at more than 1,000 all-purpose yards. Christian McCaffrey had more than 2,000 all-purpose yards. Brandon Ayuk and George Kittle had more than 1,000 receiving yards. And so Jennings only caught 19 balls for 265 yards and a touchdown. 13 games, he missed some time. But looking back at it and on it, you would think that he would have had bigger numbers and bigger production in 2023. He still came through in some really clutch moments. And then last year, he was just awesome. 113 targets, rose up when Brandon Ayuk went out. Deebo Samuel didn't. Jauan Jennings did. 77 catches, 975 yards, and 6 touchdowns. And obviously, he only has one great year of production. That was the career year, and he probably would have gone over 1,000 yards if he didn't get booted from that finale against the Arizona Cardinals, the final game of the year. You look at what Jacoby Myers has done, and obviously he has more production over the course of his career with the Patriots and with the Raiders. He's been kind of hovering around 800 yards, and then with the Raiders last year, their receiver room was thin. Him and Brock Bowers, they paced the pass game for Las Vegas with bad quarterback play. And so I think it's fair to compare Myers with Jennings. Myers has more production. Jennings has meant so much, though, to San Francisco. And with what he did in 2024, that's a projection for what he can continue to do with the Niners and with where that receiver market is right now, with guys making over $30, $40 million per season. So if you want the Niners to extend Jauan Jennings, he has become a fan favorite for San Francisco. I want you to hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. If not, I want you to comment why. Don't forget to hit that sub button. Niners shows every single day, year-round, right here on the San Francisco 49ers Report.